cook them dinner, and they would then go out dancing, and I would stay at home and then be in the library at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Were you happy?
I don't think I was really, to be honest. I didn't know who I was, I was finding who I was. And most of the guys were going to the city, it was much more government time, they let me in, I would go and do teacher training. I always do all of those things, and then something came to me one day, and I went to a doctor. I didn't even know how to do it.
So in ways, returning to this care and kind of nurturing aspect of yourself, it sounds like that was really quite hard to come out at this point, actually. But of course, you had the not insubstantial overnight campaign and everything struggled all the way through school. So how did you make plans?
Let's go back to school. At the end of the first term, I got 8% of my physics grade. And they called me in and they said, I don't think this. And there's nothing. So I got thinking, stop it. I got it.
So you were off. It sounds like you were gaining confidence and kind of finding your feet a little bit as a person too. I can tell from the way you tell it story.
Yes, it was free. I felt free. I felt like I was a 23 or 24 year old child, not a burden to my parents. I found it really tough. So I found it really very well. This used to be really crazy. To give the bad diagnoses because I would take time because I've been it was my dad.
So it's like
Yeah, and so I was there
it didn't seem to matter less.
Do they feel happy? Yes, I think so. I think I am a very oversensitive or perhaps sensitive person. I'm definitely a very emotional person. And so I am looking for soothing places. I wake up at 4:45 and I just go for a walk for a couple of hours at the start through the garden, into the greenhouse, I can check my tomatoes, pick some food, and then I'm fine. So this is a really gentle record, which is by Go-Go Music, and this makes me laugh a lot because this was when I
some instances they might feel that the country is being people are coming into this country with ill in their heart.
Nick, that was beautiful. That's the vibe. That's where we need to be. We need to be in wisdom. We need to listen. We need to cultivate dialogue. And that's when we do that, we will get a better society, which is what everybody wants.
Okay, so I wonder whether those who are far right, not all the protesters are far right, those who are, well, easy it would be to have a dialogue with some of those. But William, thank you for that call. Let's stay with the clock. We're going to break for news. Coming up after the news, a celebration of a fantastic career, a golden tennis career, literally. Olympic gold twice, Andy Murray. That's up for the 9:30 news. Breakfast with me, Nick Ferrari, here on LBC Headlines Top Sports.
The government ministers warned anyone taking part in further violent disorder will face the full force of the law. Lord Hanson, the Home Office Minister, has told Nick that authorities will be watching organisers. Millie Dowler's killer, Levi Belfield, has been blocked from entering into a civil partnership in prison. It's after a new law came into force stopping the most serious offenders getting married in jail. And the Prime Minister has described Andy Murray as a true British great. The former world #1 played the final tennis match of his career at the Olympics in Paris last night. LBC weather remaining mostly warm and sunny in southern parts of the UK, breezy with spells of rain to the north and west, a high of 28 degrees. This is LBC.
Demand for water shoots up in the summertime. Every day there are more taps turning, more sprinklers spraying, and more sunseekers making a splash. While the weather's warmer, can you make the most of every drop? Small swaps, like having a shower instead of a bath, or using a watering can instead of a hose, can save water and could cut the cost of your water and energy bills. Search Thames Water Calculator to see how much you could save today. Thames Water. Every drop counts.
Being part of a winning team makes all the difference. And when your team's packed with professionals with years of experience, you know you'll get great results. Whatever your business, when you need a parcel delivery partner, get mailboxes, etc. on site. Uber and Joint with expert packing, keep it covered against damage, and dispatch it with world-class carriers. Search mailboxes, etc. and choose the strongest team. What a delivery!
For sunny seaside giggles, hunting on the river, strolling down cobbled streets, beachside fish and chips, or breathtaking city sunsets. On board a Southeastern train and see more this summer. Know the fees when you buy train tickets from Southeastern. The price you see is the price you pay.
Nick Ferrari at breakfast on LBC.
With Dyson, the new electric van range designed to energize Britain.
Can we talk to you, Margot? You were at one of those demos in a moment. A couple of emails on this subject. Ian in Launton, which I think is an Oxfordshire, but don't quote me. This police unit is nothing. Sorry, this police unit is just a gimmick. What Labour did during their last time in government was to introduce a new law each time a problem arose. What needs to happen, well, there's proper leadership, where the police are actively supported by politicians and the media, and accept they will make mistakes in highly volatile and fast-paced incidents. I don't know necessarily it's for the media to support it. It's not, by the way, to castigate the police, but I know to support. Michael in Southend-on-Sea, and they've had their own problems. Police, who says bold? I don't say police, bold? Perhaps you meant need. Police need to arrest anyone, arresting people just watching on film, so they then can say that they've arrested 100 people. There's corruption going on here. Not fully understanding that one. Margot's in Ely. You attended one of these demos. Why'd you go up there? Good morning.
I did, because I'm just sick of the two-tier policing that's been quite evident over the last couple of years. White British people are treated so differently, and there's so much division.
What do you mean by that?
The recent demonstration in London, the police were so heavy-handed. It was just on LBC now, because it's just utter rubbish that is reported. It's not correct.
What have I reported that's rubbish?
Well,
What, my
for
life?
example, I've heard several times this morning, 7 times for the last couple of days, EDL. They disbanded in 2013. There is no EDL.
Well, it was the Merseyside police who said that they were EDL supporters, so they
There is no
introduced...
EDL. There is no EDL. That
Well,
disbanded
hang on.
in 2013.
You can be a supporter of something that's gone away. You can't be a member, but you can still be a supporter of
But there
it.
is no group. There is no group called EDL. So that's been incorrect, Nick. And also, I'm absolutely fed up with the Palestinian marches that are being carried out and these flags being flown that they're not English flags. They're not English flags. It's being very anti-Semitic.
Well, arrests have been made. Arrests have been made. Now,
But the brutality dished out by the police that I see has not been happening on these marches. It's very two-tiered, Nick.
why are you worried about flags and not British flags, Margot?
Because, Nick, these things are going on in another country. Our government should be concentrating on the problem in
But
this
hold on. If people want to demonstrate about what's going on in the Middle East or wherever else it might be, why should they must be allowed to?
It's because
Well, no, of course I'm not condoning
and
anti-Semitism.
also, so many other atrocities are happening with Muslims in other countries. I've not seen any demonstrations going on by that community for the atrocities that are happening in other countries, Nick. So it's very clear to me that it's because Israel involved, and it's been allowed to go on far too long,
Will
Nick.
you go to a rally this weekend?
I will, yes.
What is it?
I'll be peacefully protesting. And again, I wish you'd go incognito, Nick. Put a pair of Edward sunglasses on and go along, and you will see for yourself. I just wish, I'm sick of listening to the mainstream media because all you report is rubbish. And also, I didn't hear what was reported in Southport that prior to the vigil for those an Arabic-looking man was arrested.
This is not true. I know what you're going to say, and if you don't mind, because that again spread on social media. Margot, I've enjoyed our conversation. Please just stop and think for one moment, Margot. You're about to quote something that's meant to have incited the disturbance in Southport, which we won't, because it is not true. Okay? Much as the person who has now been put before the court, so we must tread carefully, was originally identified as a Syrian asylum seeker, which again was not true. And be aware, Margot, the people behind this are very skilled, and we heard from the former head of the Secret Intelligence Service, M as we would call him, or C as he was known, Sir Richard Taylor, that Russia is inspiring and feeding these rumours to get someone like you, I'm sure, a very decent woman, riled up and quoting dangerous nonsense and untruths on a pretty big radio station such as LBC to wind people up even more. That is why you have to tread so carefully. Margaret, have a safe day if you attend tomorrow. I hope you get from it what you need. But look after yourself. Other matters. How to look after yourself as regards your dental care. More than 1 in 20 adults have gone overseas because of problems with NHS dentistry. The cost of treatments is one reason cited. Who headed overseas, according to work done by the General Dental Council. Patients also told the regulator they tried and failed to join a practice at home or been unable to get an appointment locally. There's now a Toothless in England campaign founded by Mark Jones, who joins me now. What persuaded you to put the campaign together, Mr. Jones? Good morning.
Pretty much exactly what these headlines read, but perhaps more importantly, people pulling out their own teeth and the lack of access, as this, umpteenth survey has revealed.
Yes.
Lack of access to NHS dentists. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Is it geographical a bit patchy? That is to say, is it good in some areas and bad in others, or is it broadly speaking across the whole of England poor?
It's the whole of England, Nick. We've now got 16. We'll soon be launching another campaign group, making it 17 campaign groups dotted across the country. Coastal, rural areas, inner cities, they're all affected in the same way. It's appalling.
I don't think I've been doing this job for a few years now. I don't think I've ever asked this question, but I'm going to ask you, Mark, if I may call. Have you ever pulled out one of your own teeth?
when I was a young lad.
Oh, yeah, okay, but you tie a bit of string to it. Dad slams the door.
I'll
Yeah, we
tell
all know that.
you just a quick example of how the suffering that our country is experiencing by way of lack of access. A couple of years ago, one of the young lady who came to us explaining her predicament, and that and she lived in Berrington Edmonds. You may remember her. She pulled out about 11, 12, 13 of her own teeth.
How many teeth have we got?
Well, quite a few. More than 13. But nevertheless, Nick, the news and through the back of our campaign reached news of this reached Turkey, and a dental practice and a dental practitioner in Turkey who was so appalled by this, he offered her free, restorative treatment.
Oh, right. Oh, that's good.
Implants or whatever they call.
Yeah.
She declined it because she didn't want to, charity and all the rest of it. But this is our predicament here in the UK is known far and wide. Just recently speaking to Spanish journalists on the national channel there, French national channel as well. It's an embarrassment, and really, Nick, this goes back to why 7-8 months ago we called on government, the then government, to call a dental emergency.
Yeah.
Published an open letter earlier this week, calling on the new Secretary of State to call for a dental emergency so that we can get people treated. So what that means is government will instruct all dental practices to provide access to those needing treatment, all dental practices to provide priority pathways.
Okay.
So people, from cardiology and oncology who have been
How
ill.
confident are you, lastly, that they might pick up on that?
Well, who knows? They're about to go on holiday, aren't they? Government is Parliament about to go into recess, so they'll be off to Lake Como. Really not worrying too much about the public.
Alrighty, question for you. I've got the answer here. The average adult, how many teeth does he or she have, Mark? Is it 30, 32 or 34?
Gosh, 34.
32. Mark Jones, thank you. You can quote that next time you're working on the Toothless in England campaign. Good luck with your endeavours. Emails. Karen Johnson is furious with me. I used to love listening to you, but you've now become such a woke. You won't speak as you wish. You're governed by idiots. Well, that bit, managed by idiots, certainly. Just say what they want, and you just say what they want you to say. You're booing. I think boring now. Okay, well, you might be booing. I might be booing. Karen. Be aware. There are people. I want everyone to have their say, but we can't go repeating untruths that have been seen to stir up violence. It would be wholly irresponsible to allow. I had a great conversation with Margot. I wish her a very safe day tomorrow if she attends one of these demos. But I can't have her putting out false facts that are known to stir up trouble. You must understand that. There is unbelievably a degree of responsibility. Paul's in Leicester. Paul.
Just a quick one. All right, Coach James, man.
Oh, I know. Just to explain, he was briefly the Leicester manager, and he was with them when they lifted the trophy. Yeah.
Right, I've got to come across here, Nick. To Keir Starmer to the old stroke far right. Well, that means 2010, 15, 16, 17, 19 majority election. Nick Griffin should be in power, shouldn't he? If he treated me with centre-right people who work hard, the silent majority, keep working hard, don't have an issue with anybody. So we're all the same then, are we?
I'm sorry, I'm not getting your point, sorry. Who should be?
It's called far right, right?
Oh, you're insulted by being called far right. I've got you. I've got you.
They don't talk about the far left, does there? Like, the far left exists. I can remember in London, the Pacific team sports and games.
Yeah, no, it is very lazy to call all this. Mark Duggan, that was that started the shooting in Tottenham, which then got brought about.
The thing is, Nick, since 2007, we've had 17, 18 years of terrorist attacks.
Yes.
It's not been mass one. It's not just come up all like that. And for him to put that there, and she took over 4 weeks ago to service.
Right.
You think he'd say the whole country if he didn't vote for it? I never heard him say that on the movie. They said we did it.
Right.
And what's he done? He said the tiny minority.
Right.
He said that at the start, but all his speech was talking about the tiny minority. and nobody else. Now if that means, well, Nick, it just means, if you want to call me, if that means to be controlled immigration,
Yes.
silent majority there, if you want to call us all right, mate.
I know, I can understand what you're saying. Hey, before I let you go, you'll be closer to it than me. I don't know, has the Mercury reported, how many points have they been docked? Don't know. Is he looking at the Mercury now? I think I've lost him. Lost the call. Paul, I was trying to find out whether they've gone ahead and docked the Mighty Foxes some points. We might know that later in the month. Talking sport, this is a man whose position in sporting legends in this country is firmly in place.
Now there was 3 aces to win it and beat the world's #1.
Now that's the commentary you want to hear. We might play to you Andy's career came to an end in a moment. A celebration of astonishing career coming up after this. It's 9:46 LBC News headlines. Thomas Watson.
Police chiefs say they are prepared for the threat of more unrest linked to the Southport stabbings. Russia and the West have completed their biggest prisoner swap in post-Soviet history. And Andy Murray says he is genuinely happy with how his tennis career has come to an end. LBC weather, mostly warm and sunny in the south, breezy with some rain further north, a high of 28 degrees.
LBC Travel, I'm Dave Goff. The North Circular is closed in both directions between the M4 at the Chiswick roundabout and Gunnersbury Park because of a police investigation, so there are queues. There are queues in Wandsworth on the A3 West Hill going into town. There's 1 lane blocks between the Upper Richmond Road and Wandsworth Fire Station because of an accident. There are queues on the A5 Edgware Road southbound. There's 1 lane blocks before Marble Arch because of emergency water main repairs. On the Tube, there are severe delays on the Bakerloo line between Queen's Park and Harrow Wealdstone after there was an obstruction on the line earlier at Wealdstone Junction. That means the London Overground have severe delays between Euston and Watford Junction, and London Overground also have a no service until Monday between Hackney Downs and Chingford. That's because of engineering works.
Coming up at 10 on LBC, Carol Vorderman.
We hear the thugs chanting, "I want my country back." What does "I want my country back" mean to you? What is it that you want?
Carol Vorderman on LBC.
At Lidl, summer is back. Scoop up 20% off selected ice cream tubs with Lidl Plus. From fruity sorbets to classic soft scoop, starting from just $1.75. Be super ready for summer. Download Lidl Plus and start saving today.
GB only, subject to availability. N74. Go see lidl.co.uk/summertv for details. Terms apply.
Call Nick Ferrari now. 0345 6060 973 LBC. It's our 50th birthday, and to celebrate, we've got a twist on a classic, the McCrispy Barbecue Smokehouse. Can you turn it down a bit? McDonald's 50th birthday. You're all invited. Okay, crank it up. Until 3rd of September, from 11 a.m, participating restaurants only, subject to availability.
Mufasa, you know you sold the car, right?
What?
You know you sold the car, right? Just sold my car.
With these great friends, and there was Liam belting out this song over the whole van. And it's a very...
At WeBuyAnyCar.com. Admin fee may apply. For more information, visit WeBuyAnyCar.com/info.
The homes of the future need EV chargers, solar panels, and energy-efficient heat pumps. But at EDF, we're not waiting for the future. Our teams, rated excellent on Trustpilot, are installing them all over the UK. Right now. EDF. Change is in our power.
Hey Sainsbury's, the sun has finally made an appearance. How can I cool off with a little treat? Nothing tastes like a sunny weekend like whipping up homemade iced lollies. They're a doddle to make. Mix together elderflower cordial, fresh fruit and water, then pop them in the freezer. Sign me up.
Looking to make the most of it this weekend? Ask Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's. Good food for all of us.
Find this recipe at sainsbury's.co.uk/recipes, subject to availability. Ingredients available in selected stores and online. Excludes locals.
Nick Ferrari at breakfast on LBC.
With Vauxhall Drive Cleaner, the new Vivaro electric van.
Should we take a break from talking about this new police squad and what's been going on at some of those demos, and indeed what might go on through the weekend. Talk dentistry with Alex in Aldershot. Alex, you're a dentist.
Yes, hi, good morning. I just heard the latest update on what you just said about...
Well, 1 in 20 Britons are going overseas, Alex, for their dental work.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. I really don't recommend it, and I'm a bloody foreigner, right? Saying do not go abroad.
Where are you from, Alex?
Oh, so many places. I'm basically from planet Earth.
Okay, cool.
I did my, genetic studies, totally different from where I was born. So, really, I think we're primarily human, and we have teeth, and Mother Nature has not done great when it comes to our teeth. Do not travel abroad, because when you do, there is no governing body to help you if something goes wrong.
Right.
Also, you just don't know.
Alex, if someone cannot get dental care and they are in acute pain and they find they can go over to Turkey for all the dental work they need, surely that's better than just being in pain all your life.
No. So many things can go wrong. So if you just give me 1 minute, so the reason is, one thing is there's no governing body to protect you. Two, you think you may have a issue, and when you go sit in a dentist chair, I'm not saying dentists abroad are bad and dentists here are good. There are good people everywhere and bad people everywhere. The point is you're sitting on an airplane, you're already paying money for your flight, for your stay. I heard stories directly, people telling me they went abroad because they thought they needed a root canal, and oh my goodness, that's £1,000 in the UK. They went over and they got a filling. They didn't even need a root canal. So you do not know always what's going on with you. When you go to a dentist within your area, let's say even if you have to drive 2 to 3 hours away from where you are, go online, search the prices, talk to the receptionist, and you get your
But if you're paying, again, a lot of people say this woman doesn't realise you pay a lot less if you go overseas. By the way, not necessarily Turkey. People are going to Portugal for their teeth.
But not necessarily you end up paying less, and you don't get the same care, because dentistry is such a thing that you need. The continuity helps with the same healthcare
Portuguese
provider.
dentists not be as good as a British dentist. I don't understand.
No, they're not. They're very, very good. They're good dentists everywhere. My point is, so let me just paint you this picture. Dentistry is not something where you have a treatment and you're done, that's it, you're good to go. All you're doing when you're going to the dentist, and this is key, you're buying time for your teeth. They're not fixed. That's the biggest mistake, that we painted the picture that you come to the dentist and your teeth are fixed, first of all. They're not fixed, they're stabilized. For how long, we don't know.
But if I have a root canal, or if I have an extraction, that's fixed. It's not going to grow back.
No, you're just, when you lose your tooth, that affects your ability to chew. When you cannot chew, it affects your digestion. When your digestion is affected, your entire health is affected. Tooth replacement, complex. An implant, you can get it abroad, but if things go wrong, dental treatment is very sensitive. You never know whether you need to go back to your dentist. How many flights are you going to take to get things sorted? Oh, I still have a niggle, I still have a pain. My bite changed. So many things can go wrong.
Right.
It does not make sense.
All right, it doesn't. Alex, thank you as a dentist for making those points. And you're right, in a perfect world, you would just drive a couple of hours and you get them done, and if there are any problems, you drive back. But if you look at the report, which is by the General Dentistry Council, by the way, your sort of overall body, that's who's put this out there. Thank you for your input, Alex. Final call for me is going to be concerning these demonstrations. Declan is in Hanwell. You're thinking you might attend one, is that right, Declan? If so, why?
The silent majority are starting to wake up, Nick. Quite effectively, Mr. Starmer has, I think, not read the room entirely.
What has he said or not said that's upset you?
Well, by all accounts, as a British working person with your white, brown or black, and you attend one of these rallies, apparently you are far right.
That's annoyed you, I understand that.
They haven't listened to the electorate now for the last 20 odd years, and at the moment people are fed up with it. The real problem in this country at the moment is there is a lack of unfairness. You're talking this morning about teeth and the lack of dentistry. Why is that?
We don't have enough dentists.
Because of the amount of people potentially in this country.
We don't have enough dentists for the people. Yeah, we don't have enough dentists for the people.
Yeah. So, and this is compounded throughout the NHS, compounded across housing, it's compounded across all elements of our society.
Declan, again, have a safe demo. Thank you. I really am informed by the level of anger that's out there. And Sir Keir Starmer, I get what he says with the squad, setting up this new squad. He cannot ignore this anger. Simply setting up the squad is not enough. We must move on. Declan, be well. There you go to celebrate the end of a truly amazing sporting career. I speak, of course, of Andy now, Sir Andy Murray, and we join Charlotte Lynch, who's our LBC reporter at the Team GB house in Paris. Charlotte.
Well, Nick, you could feel the emotion at Roland Garros last night, even if you were just watching at home. There were tears in Andy Murray's eyes as he said goodbye to the crowd and his professional tennis career, one that has seen him win 3 Grand Slams, a Davis Cup and 2 Olympic golds.
And it was 3 aces to win it and beat the world's #1. There hasn't been a moment like this for British tennis since the days of Fred Perry.
Andy Murray was defeated by Roger Federer in the final of Wimbledon 2012, but then went on to win his first Olympic singles gold in London just weeks later. It was then in 2013 he took the Wimbledon title finally, before having his career best season in 2016, winning Wimbledon again and then taking gold in Rio, making him the only player to hold 2 singles Olympic titles. Now, after what ended up being his final match last night here in Paris, he told the BBC what it meant to him.
Don't feel like I'm the person to say what my legacy is. I don't know. I just know that, you know, I gave as much as I could to the sport. I loved competing in the Olympic Games and competing for my country. It's been, you know, these weeks are so special, and I'll definitely, you know, miss them. I've done everything that I could to prepare and get ready for this event, and I really wanted the Olympics to be my last one. And yeah, being proud to be part of Team GB over the last 20 years, and yeah, definitely we'll miss it.
Well, he didn't go without a fight. There were 2 thrilling comebacks to get he and Dan Evans to the quarter-final in the doubles, but in the end, the US team of 26-year-old Taylor Fritz and 27-year-old Tommy Paul proved too strong on court. The match ending 6-2, 6-4, bringing down the curtain on an incredible career. The Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, leading tributes, congratulating him on 2 decades of a phenomenal entertainment and sportsmanship. Andy himself, meanwhile, has posted on X, joking he never even liked tennis anyway.
Charlotte Lynch reporting from Paris. Of course, his curse was to be around when he had people such as Federer, Djokovic and Nadal to play. But for that, I think you'd be talking about many more. But what a great career, and let's hope, fantastic. I would imagine commentary beckons for him, and he'll be pretty fine at that too, I would guess. All right, I'm done. Cara Vorderman's waiting the other side of the news here on LBC. I'll be back with you Monday morning from 7. Meantime, stay safe.
Thanks, Nick. Cara Vorderman in for James O'Brien until 1 o'clock. Coming up at 12, yesterday the Bank of England dropped the interest rate to 5%, a welcome reduction for many. But you seem to have stopped talking about the cost of living crisis. Has it come to an end for you? At 11, Keir Starmer has announced he's looking to take action against social media companies for the role they have played in the escalation of violence and riots in the last week, particularly. Is it the Wild West out there? Is there anything a government can do? But first, we hear the thugs shouting, "I want my country back." What does "I want my country back," or should our country be moving forward? What does it mean to you? What is it that you want? Bring me.
On your radio, on Global Player, and
Hey, LBC.
leading Britain's conversation, this is LBC.
From Global's newsroom at 10 o'clock. Some people involved in violent disorder this week have become caught up in summer madness. Lord Hanson has warned organisers of further action linked to the Southport stabbings, that authorities are watching them. 7 men have been charged over unrest in Hartlepool on Wednesday. Jonathan Brash, the town's MP, says there needs to be a crackdown on misinformation online.
Social media companies have got to recognise that this is happening on their watch, in their premises, and we need to work with them to do something about it because the law applies everywhere. And what's happening on social media is fueling this fire.
The UK has welcomed the largest prisoner swap with Russia since the Cold War. 3 Americans freed by Moscow, including the Wall Street Journal journalist Evan Gershkovich, have landed back in the US. Opposition politician Vladimir Kara-Murza, a dual British-Russian citizen, was also released. His wife, Evgenia, spoke to LBC earlier this year.
Vladimir survived 2 assassination attacks. I know that he's seen as an existential threat by this regime. I know that he's seen as a personal enemy of this regime. Vladimir has done a lot to sort of deserve this status.
Ministers have shelved £1.3 billion in investment for British technology and AI projects. They've accused the Conservatives of making the commitments without allocating the funding. It included £800 million for a new supercomputer at the University of Edinburgh.
LBC Sport.
With eToro, the award-winning trading and investing platform.
Jack Law and Anthony Harding are among the Team GB medal hopefuls at the Olympics this morning. They are about to get underway in the men's synchronised 3-metre springboard diving. Dina Asher-Smith and Daryl Neita are on the track for the start of the athletics. Neita is set to run in both the 100 and 200 metres.
I'm feeling chilled in a good way and excited as well, just to kind of get the campaign on a roll. I feel like it's been a wait since the last Olympics, and preparation has gone really well. I'm in great form, and it's my first time doubling up at an Olympic Games, so I'm just honestly really excited.
And Sir Andy Murray says he is genuinely happy with how his tennis career has come to an end. He and Dan Evans lost to the American pair Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul in the doubles in Paris last night. In the city, the FTSE 100 a short time ago was trading down 26 at 82.57. The pound buys €1.17 and $1.27. LBC weather staying at mostly warm and sunny in southern parts of the UK. Breezy with spells of rain to the north and west. A high of 28 degrees. From Global's newsroom for LBC, I'm Thomas Watts.
Tonight's Euro Millions jackpot is £24 million. Oh, that calls for a dance. Do you know the robot?
I'm a little rusty.
Oh, you've still got it?
Never lost it.
You're a machine.
Get that Euro Millions feeling tonight. Euro Millions from the National Lottery. Play on app. Estimated jackpot. Account terms, rules and procedures apply. Players must be 18 or over.